Commemorations are taking place across the continent today. But given the extraordinary context of the coronavirus lockdowns in many European nations, those commemorations are on a much smaller scale than many would have expected for such an important anniversary. With World War II veterans already at an advanced age, large marches and parades have been considered too risky. Here in Paris, ceremonies have been drastically scaled down. President Emmanuel Macron, as you can see there, is leading events. He was previously at the statue of General Charles de Gaulle, now making his way towards the Arc de Triomphe. That's where these scenes are just coming to us from. Let's cross now to France 24's James Andre at the Arc de Triomphe. James, just tell us what's happening today.
Well, indeed, as you say, Emmanuel Macron is commemorating this Victory in Europe Day, the 8th of May, and this was supposed to be an important ceremony because, of course, it is the 75 years of this Victory in Europe Day, and of course, it is very important because the veterans are, of course, getting older every year, and this was probably one of the last great anniversaries that could have taken place with their presence, because of course they give a face to this moment in history, to this remembrance that is being done today. So indeed, President Macron will lay a wreath, though we will not touch it. It is 2 Republican guards that will lay the flowers down, and indeed, well, the eternal flame will be revived in just a few minutes. You can see on the pictures Emmanuel Macron is getting ready to take the sword that he will not be handed. It is, as it is the tradition, he will take it on a stand that has been specially designed for the occasion and revive the eternal flame of the unknown soldier, which is under the Arc de Triomphe here. That has been a tradition now since the 20s and First World War.
James, from what I'm hearing and what you're saying, it seems like every possible step is being taken to ensure that everyone is safe.
Well, absolutely. Normally, this should have been a very big ceremony indeed. And as you can see around me, there's practically no one. Usually there are crowds along the Champs-Élysées. There are around 3,000 to 4,000 guests on grandstands here around the Arc de Triomphe. In this special occasion, there are only a few ministers, the Prime Minister, the Minister of Defense, as well as the Mayor of Paris, and also the Chiefs of Staffs of the French army. But usually there would have been a troop review here with the president seeing all the soldiers. Well, that is not taking place. There are only about 20 people here, and the Champs-Élysées are totally deserted today. So this is a very, very special moment indeed. It is a very unusual ceremony. It should have been a very important one. Emmanuel Macron was due to fly to Russia tomorrow on the 9th to celebrate Victory Day over there with Vladimir Putin. Well, that's not happening either. The ceremony has been cancelled there as well. And of course, for many associations of veterans, this is a very difficult moment indeed. They were hoping that this would be, one of the main commemoration years in the recent past. Well, that is not taking place across France. There are small ceremonies with groups of less than 10 people, no veterans, at the various monuments that commemorate this day across the country.
Okay, well, thank you very much indeed for that, James Andre, on the Champs-Élysées as those commemorations take place. That is the scene right now. You can see the president there taking part in these unusual, scaled-back 75th anniversary commemorations of Victory in Europe Day. Let's listen in.